So this is the first right under the fundamental rights. The first one is right to equality. It means all persons are equal before law. All citizens shall be equal, protected by the laws of the country. No citizen can be discriminated against on the basis of religion, caste. Every person has access to all public places, including playgrounds, hotels, shops. State cannot discriminate between anyone in the matter of employment. So this is a right to equality, that all peoples are equal before the law. It does not matter that from which background they are, from which caste they belong. They all are equal before the law. They have authority, or they have access that they can go to any public place they want to go, and state cannot discriminate, that there will be any discrimination according to the matter of employment, that there is no discrimination. So these are the right to equality. Then the second right is right to freedom. Right to freedom is a freedom of speech and expression. Whatever you want to convey your message to anyone, you have a right that you can use your ideas. Freedom of assemble peacefully, freedom to form association. Like if you want to make an association that will provide benefit for the economy, then you can have a right to assemble, to form a association. Then freedom to move freely throughout the India. You have a freedom that you can move, you can travel throughout the India. Freedom to reside and settle in Indian territory. Freedom to practice any profession and occupation of your choice. You have a freedom that you can choose the profession you want. So these all things come under the right to freedom. Then the next fundamental right is right against exploitation. It is a basically a right which is for the human trafficking, enforced labor and employment of children below 14 years. And the next one is the right to freedom of religion. Religious freedom is provided to all Indian citizens. Like you can say that in your neighborhood there must be a gurdwara, temple and masjid. So we all have a right that we can we can do the religious practice. So every person has a right to practice, profess and propagate the religion of his or her choice. Then comes cultural and educational right. All minorities, religious or linguistic, can set up their own educational institution to protect their own culture. That if any religious group want to set up their own educational institution, then they have a right that they can set up their own educational institution, so that they can protect their own culture and impart the knowledge of culture to their religious group. Then comes right to constitutional remedy. Under this, the right allows citizens to move to the court if they believe that any of their fundamental rights have been violated. If any citizen felt that their rights have been violated, then they can choose this right also, the right to constitutional remedy, and they will get their, they will get the solution of their problem. So this is the another right that will benefit, that if any of the right have been get violated, they can choose this right to solve their problems. Then the last key function of the constitution is secularism. Secularism state is one in which the state does not officially promote any one religion as the state religion. Means they do not promote that there is only one religion. So all citizens, however, have the fundamental right to follow and propagate their own religion. We all have a right that we can choose the religion we want. So there is no any dominating thing, or not any discriminating thing for the citizens on the ground of religion or language. The citizen want to practice a certain religion and want to use a certain language of his religious group, he or she is free to choose that religion and their language. So this come under the secularism. So in the last, we review this chapter. A constitution is a written document containing rules for running a state or organization. In the beginning of the chapter, we have learned that what is a constitution. It is a written form of rules and regulation that everybody have to follow, so that every group of the people get the benefit of all the things that are found in our economy. A constitution lays down the ideals on which a government is to be run, define country's political system, and protect the state from the people's dangerous whim. The Indian constitution is defined by its key features. We read key features are federalism, parliamentary form of government, separation of rights, fundamental rights, and secularism. Thank you and have a nice day.